Today is a good day for an MS walking video. Not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but it's really nice out. It's not windy. The cat has yet to make his way up this way. I don't know if he's going to come up today or not. He was out walking around. The deer aren't out yet. But I figure what the heck. Get an MS walking video in. Well, not really a walking video, just sitting on my walker. So, I gotta get a hold of my neurologist, my MS neurologist that won't talk to me and explain anything that's wrong with me. Or accept answering or helping out with any issues that I mentioned to him. And I still got little bouts of the spasticity, muscle contraction, limb controlled muscle movements with my arms, legs, even my head sometimes. But now I got a new thing. Which really sucks because I just had an MRI. The doctor never went over the MRI with me. Never sent me anything in the mail or in my charts about what's up, where we're at, if we have any lesions that grew or multiplied or whatever. Just any information on the MRI, but nothing. And then I get a nice huge bill in the mail that I gotta pay. So it's like, all right, I'm paying out the ass for this MRI I had done because you told me to have it done before my appointment so we could go over it. We never went over it. You didn't even know if I had an MRI until I sat down with him in his, the patient's room. So I'm going to contact him today and see about at least getting a copy of my MRI so I can compare it to the last MRI and see what the lesions look like. But I don't know what this new thing is. Mentioned it before. Thing with most people with multiple sclerosis have the Hermes syndrome, where when you bend your neck forward, it feels like an electrical sensation going. Well, for me, it's from my head to my toes. Sometimes I call it like an electrical orgasm feeling. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's just really electrifying. Just never know what you're going to get from it. But now, while I'm sleeping, when I wake up, random times throughout the day, I get hit with these severe bouts of electrified dizziness, vertigo, lightheadedness. My right hand tippiness gets really bad, and I gotta try and wake up in the middle of the night having to go to the bathroom and trying to stand getting out of bed, and you're all funky feeling while you're in bed, and you're trying to stand when you get out of bed, and you're tipping over and struggling to, it's like basically like when we were kids and you got a baseball bat and you stuck your head on that bat and you ran around in a little circle and then you stood up and tried to walk. That's what I'm dealing with, but along with electrifying sensations, pain sensations, and then the vertigo feelings on and off, like I'm gonna fall off the floor. There the cat is, finally coming up to see us. It's like you feel like you're gonna fall through the floor even though you're not going to, but it sucks. And I don't know what's going on with this. It started out where while I was sleeping, are you hiding under my chair now? While I was sleeping, the first time it happened, I noticed multiple times while I was sleeping one night that I felt really funky. And then I got up to go to the bathroom and noticed that my vertigo and dizziness and everything was way out of whack. And I'm like, what the hell? Is this something that's going to be permanent now? You never know. Every time something happens, it could be a short exasperation or a long-term. Yeah, we got a little scorpion bug on our arm. You can see him there. He thinks he's a little badass. They're so funny. They crack me up. But yeah, we sit there and have exasperations that could last just one time, couple minutes, couple hours, couple days, couple weeks, couple years. You never know. It could be a full-blown exasperation. It could be a relapse. Could be just a relapsing, remitting effect. There's so many things that it could be. You just don't know for sure, and you're just taking a crapshoot to see if it's gonna affect you long term, and just play it out and see what happens. Some people, as soon as they have a exasperation of any type, will go run to the hospital and get themselves corticosteroid injections. There's a couple idiots on their four-wheelers. It's like we allow four-wheelers now all over our roads, which is fine. I don't have one, otherwise I'd be out there too, hauling shit around and going into mail and stuff with my four-wheeler. But I had a jackass today that couldn't have been over 12 years old, so I don't know if there's a regulation on age or anything, but the little moron was driving right down the center of the road, not paying attention. I had to basically stop my vehicle, and he got within about 6 feet of the front of my car before he finally woke up and realized that he was about to hit me. It's like, you dumb little prick. Get your head out of your ass. So I get it if you're out and about in the woods, not having to pay attention, but when you're driving on a road, pay attention. I figure they at least have laws that they're going to allow these things. But yeah, regulations are so stupid around our world. Just pick and choose what the hell they want to even consider an issue. And but if I go through a yellow light, they'll pull me over. Yeah, I'm not going to get on one of those rants. But yeah, so I got this thing going on, and it started out the first couple days. It was basically when I was sleeping, and for the first few hours of the day, I'd have a little funkiness at night or whatever. And then as soon as I laid down, it set it off again. And then after about the third day, all of a sudden I'm having bouts of it throughout the day while I'm standing or doing something. Just random. I can just not be doing much at all, just standing there, and all of a sudden it just hits me and I get really weak and lightheaded and start like kind of bobbing and weaving, tilting, tipping, start to walk, start to tip over. But I have no idea what that's related to, what's causing all that. I assume it's neurological, because your brain controls your vertigo and all that stuff, and your central nervous system. So yeah, that's a new thing that I'm trying to figure out. Hopefully it's not going to go long, because I got back into drawing, was enjoying it, getting a few things drawn a day, and then Cat's gonna go wander off to his hole, off to his little wooded area. But I forgot what I was talking about. It's just basically trying to figure out where this is gonna go, and if I'm gonna have to deal with it long term because it's really affecting my drawing, my reading, all that stuff too later at night. It's just, I don't even want to do the stuff because of how I feel. And it affects it when I am doing it. So we'll see what happens. I just gonna have to play it out, contact my neurologist, see if I can get copies of the scan, and then look at scans over myself since no one will look over them with me. So come on, cat, my hand's getting sore holding the camera. Get your butt to your tree line. But yeah, other than that, let's see, what else can we talk about? The spasticity is down, but yet it still has its weird points where it happens at weird random areas. I got another new thing where I'm getting, it's not really new, I get this like someone's taking an electrified knife and stabbing it into me. But this weekend it was affecting my right side, right around my rib cage area. I got our neighbors' roosters going off all day again. You probably can't hear that though. And then this morning when I got up with the cat around 4 a.m., I started getting it in my left mid back area, like someone was stabbing a hot electrified knife right into me. So that was fun. That lasted for a good hour and a half while I was up, and then another at least an hour until I finally fell asleep when I was laying down. So that's always a pleasant little surprise when you're dealing with shit like that. I did get some cheap ass shoe inserts. Well, they're not really cheap. They're foam inserts that my foot doctor gave me because I went in for my foot injections. And I told her, and they're not really that bad right now. They're more painful on top than they are on bottom. At least my funky foot, my crooked foot, my left one. So she's like, well, since you couldn't do the hard inserts, let's try a soft insert. Put that in, and my foot's less painful after a couple hours of walking around with the inserts on. So it's not as painful as usual, so that's a plus. But I look up these cheap ass foam inserts on eBay and Amazon and stuff, and they're like 30 some bucks a pair. And it's like, really? It's just foam. There's nothing special to it. And then of course they don't have the size that I'm supposed to have. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if I can get a couple more sets from my foot doctor, see if she'll allow me to get them through her, or go to some medical supply store and see if they have them, because it just, the ones that they had online didn't say large, they said medium 6s, and I'm supposed to have a large 6. So he's off to the wood pile. Gonna check that out for some critters and go into his woods. Typical little shithead. That's how you get sprayed by skunks. Alright. He's off wandering around. Let him do his thing now. But yeah. So the shoe insert thing was a plus. I didn't do the foot injections. Said screw it. We'll wait till I get really painful. See how springtime goes. So far the inserts have been a plus. If I can go without the foot injections, that's a good thing, even though they were nice to have done with the gel. I mean, the was it cortisone? Was it cortisone? I think so, back in the day. they started with, and then your body pretty much gets used to that too quick. And so I was getting injections about every 4 months or so. Then we went to the gel, and the gel I went like a year, so that was nice. And then this last one, after about, I think it was a 6 months, I rescheduled, and still good. So we'll sit there and see what happens over the next few months. But yeah, that was fun. So at least I didn't have to get the needles shoved in me. That's always a plus, but I don't feel it anyways because my body is asleep from my ribs to my toes. So needles don't really feel that. So you could take a knife and slice my legs open, and I probably wouldn't even feel it. Other than that, cognitive issues have gotten better. I've been so active with videos and audio podcast and YouTube and all that stuff that my brain's been pretty much on the up and up, which I like. But yeah, of course you have the cognitive issues here and there, and the complete forgetting things that you can have in your head, and as soon as you go to say them, they just disappear. Medication wise, still doing the same. Basically trying to get rid of more and more prescription stuff, cutting things in half that the doctor's allowing me to, stuff like that. Trying to dwindle things down. I mean, I asked my neurologist for things, and he's like, no, we're not going down that route. So why even bother being on prescription shit if he's not going to give me what I want, what I researched, what I know would probably work the best for my body. Instead, they give you shit that you know doesn't work good in your body. And then they get pissy because you don't stay on it. It's like, well, it's causing side effects that funkify me up and I don't want to deal with. And you're pissed off that I went off that and went back to an older style drug. Same concept, same effect, but it worked better. So that's why I went back to the older one. Next week, I think it is, I'm going in Monday for blood test, get all my annual health and wellness exam done, because insurance gives us $100 for doing that, so you got to take advantage of that. I got done that Friday. I go in for the health and wellness exam. I don't know why. I gotta get an HIV injection or whatever it is, and then there's some other injection that I don't know why I'm getting. But with the medications I'm on, I have to have certain things. So we're gonna get all that, everything that has to be done, we're getting caught up on. So that way I don't have to worry about shit the rest of the year. Unless I have questions for my PCP, a regular doctor, and I'm gonna have lots of questions for her that my neurologist should have answered, but I'm gonna have to ask her because he won't help me and she will. So might as well tell her what's up and get as much information as possible out. Right, I gotta start my notes. Well, I did start my notes. I always forget that I have notes now on my phone. I'm still not used to this stupid cell phone technology. I still hate carrying it around. It's like we went out and about last Saturday and I forgot to take my phone with, and of course people were trying to get a hold of me. But it's like, Everybody that knows me understands. I hate cell phones. I hate that technology. I hate that they didn't make them smaller, lighter, things that you can stick in your pocket and not have halfway hanging out, and if you bend over they fall out and break and all that shit. I mean, this thing weighs feels like 10 pounds. It's like, what the hell? Why are these phones so heavy still? We have AI conflict everywhere. We can make AI units that can take over everybody's jobs. We got AI units that are producing artwork. The AI learns the different styles of artwork and replicates it. We got AI units that are replicating songs now. So when a company needs an advertisement, instead of giving someone a week to 2 weeks to draw up the advertisement, the AI unit draws it up in about 15 minutes in a way better format a lot of times. I heard someone sit there and that's an artist went to do a representation, and their team's artwork that they spent 2 weeks on ended up in the middle of the portfolio, but the start of the portfolio, the end of the portfolio, and a bunch of stuff in between was all the AI related stuff. So whoever was buying that advertisement was probably more focused on the AI than the actual art. So that's kind of messed up. And I get taking certain jobs and turning them over to AI, but taking artistic jobs away from people, I don't think that's right. Having a computer make art, having a computer make songs, people aren't going to have anything left. And you're not going to be able to work in food industry. You're not going to be able to work in retail industry. They're going for self-checkout now. Like if you ever go into a Five Below, you'll have one person just standing there bored out of their minds, sitting at a counter in case there's any questions or anything. But everybody goes through, shops, and checks out for themselves, so they have no real purpose to be there other than watch over the store. And what is that one person going to do if a bunch of people come in and just rob the place and go running out? I mean, that person's not going to be able to stop them, so what's their real purpose of being there? Eventually, you'll have an AI security guard standing at the door. Same with Walmart. Your elderly retired people had opportunities to make a few extra bucks by handing out grocery carts, shopping carts, and stuff, and now you can't even do that. It's like, so it's. Don't know why I'm talking about all this. This is a MS podcast. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about today was this new issue I'm having, and then trying to figure out what's up with my MRI just to see if that's why. Because the thing I'm guessing, since I get my Hermes syndrome, I get it amplified when I bend my head down, but it's hitting me when my head's up. So I think the lesion that's right on my spine at that seventh vertebrae or whatever it is, I think that lesion might have grew to the point that it's getting pinched when my head's up or back also, and that's amplifying it, but I'm not positive. I will just have to play it out and see. But I will let you know what happens with that. And we'll have some more MS videos soon. The deer aren't coming out. The cat's not coming back. But yeah, that's today's MS video. Just letting you know where I'm at and what new is happening to me. And we'll get to normal MS talk here later this week probably. But for now, that's it. So keep falling under the call of MS. Audio, YouTube, wherever you can find us. Instagram is Kevin Kirby Kleinon. It's all one word. That's KEVINKERBYKLEINHANS if you want to watch check out any of the little crappy art I've been sketching up, and I've been gradually adding other things. I will add some MS stuff to it eventually, and some update advertisements for different types of YouTube videos I have. I also got Kevin Kleinance on Facebook under the Call of MS. You can find on Facebook, which I don't keep that thing up. I can't find a way to delete it, so it's stuck there, but I don't like having to work on so many different sites. So you got all those options to check out, and we will get back with more goodies sometime soon. So take care, kick the shit out of the monster, be good to yourself, be good to everybody else, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.